Hey there, welcome back to another video. Just like last time, my name is Nick. Got my notes right here like always. And this time, let's take a second to talk about the New York Rangers, shall we? They're 16 games into their season already. They have a pretty respectable record of 7 wins, 7 losses, and 2 overtime losses, which is good for 16 points in the standings and has them currently, at the time of recording, at 6th place in the Metro Division. There's just one, some would call it a major problem with their game. And that is the fact that they have yet to win a game at Madison Square Garden. That is right, you heard me correctly. They have 0 wins at Madison Square Garden. They actually have a record of 0 wins, 6 losses, and 1 overtime loss. Just to put that in perspective, their away record is 7 wins, 1 loss, and 1 overtime loss. So it's almost like a tale of two different teams. You have the away Rangers, which seem to be on a tear right now. So if you're only watching their away games, you're like, wow, the Rangers are pretty good. And then you have the home team who just seems to can't they can't click. So if you're only watching their home games, you're like, wow, the Rangers kind of stink. They actually set a record this season for the most home shutout losses to start a season. I had to read that to keep it straight in my head because I've messed up quite a few takes already trying to get that stat out. But yes, they've lost the most home games by shutout leading off the season. They lost their first game on opening night to the Pittsburgh Penguins 3-0, where Archer Silovs had 25 saves in that shutout. They followed it up by their next home game, losing to the Washington Capitals 1-0, where Charlie Lindgren had 35 saves. And then their third home game was against the Edmonton Oilers, where Stuart Skinner had 30 saves in his shutout. So through their first 3 games, they had 90 shots on net, and not a single one of them found the twine. They would go on a quick 2-game road trip to Canada. They would win both of those games before coming home and facing the Minnesota Wild, where they would lose that game by a score of 3-1. And then they would play the San Jose Sharks, and they would fall in overtime by a score of 5-6. Could you imagine being the Rangers, already off to a tough start to your season, losing 4 straight home games, and then losing in overtime to a team like the San Jose Sharks? And not only did you lose, you put 5 goals on the board, and still that wasn't enough for you to get the win. Absolutely crazy. They would go on another 4-game Western road trip. They would come back winning 3 out of those 4 games, dropping the other game in regulation. And upon returning home, they would get shut out for the 4th time this season at Madison Square Garden to the Carolina Hurricanes. Peter Kochetkov had 26 saves, and the final score was 3-0 of that game. They go up to Detroit, face the Red Wings, come home with a win, and then be shut out again, this time by their same city rivals, the New York Islanders. Ilya Sorokin had 33 saves in that game, and the final score was 5-0. The Rangers have scored 6 goals on 201 shots inside of Madison Square Garden. And here are just the stat leaders at home and away for the Rangers. So Taylor Radish leads the Rangers in points at home. He has 3 goals, 0 assists for 3 points. All of these players have also played all 7 home games. Mika Zibanejad, 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. JT Miller, 0 goals, 2 assists for 2 points. Sam Carrick, 0 goals, 1 assist, 1 point. Alexis Lafreniere, 0 goals, 1 assist, 1 point. Adam Fox, 0 goals, 1 assist, 1 point. Artemi Panarin, 1 goal, 0 assists, 1 point. Compared to their away stats, Adam Fox is leading their away stats with 3 goals, 7 assists for 10 points. And all of these players have played all 9 games that they've played on the road. Artemi Panarin, 2 goals, 7 assists for 9 points. Alexis Lafreniere, 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points. JT Miller, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points. Mika Zibanejad, 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points. Sam Carrick, 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points. Taylor Radish leads the team in home points, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points. And then the one player who has 0 points registered at home but has points registered on the road is Will Cooley. 3 goals, 4 assists for 7 points, also in all 9 games played. And here's some goaltending stats. I pulled them too, but I accidentally put the skater stats on the wrong page, so it threw off my whole flow. Igor Shesterkin at home has a record of 0 wins, 5 losses, 1 overtime loss, a goals against average of 2.71, and a save percentage of .901. Jonathan Quick at home has only played 1 game. It was a loss, clearly, because the Rangers don't have a home win. He has a goals against average of 1.03, and he has a save percentage of .952. On the road, Igor Shesterkin has won 4 games, has 1 loss, 1 overtime loss, a goals against average of 2.13, and a save percentage of .918. Jonathan Quick on the road is 3-0-0, has a 1.34 goals against average and a .950 save percentage. I know save percentage isn't much different than his home, but he's only played 1 game at home. So their stats aren't that terrible because it's not on them. The goalies aren't out there scoring goals. So why would they their stats aren't really that different. It's just their records are a little worse off. Right now, the worst start in NHL history at home for a season is the 1992-93 Ottawa Senators, who started off that season with 11 straight home losses. Just to give some perspective on this, that was the Ottawa Senators expansion year. So that was a team that was not very good that didn't win 11 straight home games. This is the Rangers centennial. Is this really a record you want to break in your 100th season? Not really. I don't think it's a record that anybody really wants to hold, just somebody has to hold it. So, if they were to break this record, it would be in 5 home games. Now, they have a lot of away games coming up, but here are their next 5 home games. I'm filming this Sunday night, but this is going up Monday afternoon. So I realized that as soon as 9 hours after I post this video, this whole thing could be obsolete anyway. But here's their next 5 opponents that they will face that could help them break this record of 12 straight home losses. Honestly, I don't know if they're going to get there because tomorrow night, or tonight if you're watching this the day I post it, which would make sense, they're playing the Nashville Predators. They have a record of 5 wins, 8 losses, 4 overtime losses. Their next home game after that is against the Detroit Red Wings, who have a record of 9-6, who just lost to the Rangers in Detroit not that long ago. They follow that up with a game versus the St. Louis Blues, who also have a record. Oh, these are all records as of recording, obviously, because I don't know how their records are going to be when they actually come up. The St. Louis Blues have a record of 5 wins, 8 losses, 3 overtime losses. Then they have a game against the Tampa Bay Lightning on November 29th. 8 wins, 5 losses, 2 overtime losses is the Lightning's record right now. And then the team that could help them break this record of 12 straight home losses, if they lose to these 4 previous teams that I have just listed off the games, is the Dallas Stars on December 2nd. The Dallas Stars currently have a record of 8 wins, 4 losses, and 3 overtime losses. So maybe that's a game that we should all tune into if their next 4 home games are all losses, because that could be a historic night in the NHL, because that would be 12 straight home losses for the Rangers to start the season. I don't know what needs to change. At least maybe if they keep their road record up, maybe that will carry them into, well, I mean, they're not even in a playoff spot right now, so it wouldn't carry them into the playoffs. But you'd think I've never seen a team do bad at home and good on the road. So let me know your thoughts down below. If you made it this far, maybe hit that subscribe button. You'll also be helping fund my hat addiction. But until next time, bye bye.